I learned to love my inner methane maker, but it was not easy. For years, I ignored the signals, thinking that bloating, gurgling, and sudden, unpredictable eruptions were inconvenient quirks rather than urgent messages from the most powerful, cunning, and unaccountable workforce I have ever hosted: my gut microbes. Spoiler: my gut was saying more energy, less dignity. Every meal became a dialogue I wasn't trained to interpret, a negotiation I didn't realize I was already losing, and a reminder that no matter how disciplined, conscientious, or careful I was, my intestines had priorities of their own, and they were ruthless. The first thing I realized is that my gut doesn't just digest food, it strategizes. Fiber isn't fiber. It's raw material for microbial power plays. Beans, lentils, cruciferous vegetables, whole grains, even innocent salads all became stockpiles for energy extraction. Methanogens and other archaea quietly measured hydrogen levels, assessed fermentation potential, and then executed with precision. Calories I thought I was cutting were quietly retained. Gas was produced, pressure built, and bloating became a chronic companion. My metabolism, which I assumed was entirely my responsibility, had been partially outsourced to a workforce I could neither see nor control. I wasn't failing, I was being overpowered by evolution. The negative consequences hit in every corner of life. Physically, methane slows intestinal transit, meaning food sits longer, calories are absorbed more thoroughly, and pressure and bloating accumulate. Socially, the timing is always cruel. Lunch meetings, long car rides, crowded movie theaters, all became potential minefields. Gas does not respect schedules, manners, or dignity. Every outing became a risk assessment, a calculation of ingredients, fiber content, and potential microbial productivity. Even meals meant to be relaxing or celebratory carried the weight of internal tension, and the mental burden became nearly as heavy as the physical one. Anxiety, embarrassment, and self-consciousness grew, slowly eroding confidence and enjoyment around food. The psychological cost is amplified by the very nature of diet culture. I was told that I could control my body through discipline, count calories, exercise regularly, eat the right foods. And yet, my microbiome had been laughing at these notions for eons. No matter how careful I was, every low-calorie meal could be doubled in energy through microbial efficiency. Every fiber-rich snack, intended to help digestion, lower cholesterol, or aid weight management, became fuel for methane production, bloating, and gas, rendering diet rules partially ineffective. Social judgment for eating too much, too fast, or for being out of shape fails to consider that the internal market is rigged, and the invisible shareholders have already profited from my conscientious eating. Even attempts at mitigation often backfired. Low FODMAP diets, digestive enzymes, probiotics, and prebiotics all offered temporary relief, but the methanogens adapted. Starve them of hydrogen, and they slow transit, ensuring fermentation continues. Feed them, and they multiply, increasing output and gas production. I discovered that dietary interventions could modify microbial activity, but never fully control it. My gut is not a passive participant in metabolism. It is a cunning, relentless, self-interested entity whose agenda is efficiency, energy extraction, and, apparently, social humiliation. The metabolic consequences are subtle but insidious. Even with caloric restriction or intensive exercise, methane-rich guts can retain more energy, slowing expected weight loss and undermining fitness goals. Every attempt to outsmart the system is met with microbial ingenuity. Fiber-rich meals that should aid in satiety or weight management instead contribute to bloating, gas, and enhanced calorie absorption. I was learning the cruel lesson that eating healthy is sometimes not enough, that a perfectly disciplined plan can be subverted by internal agents that are optimized for energy conservation and efficiency, not for human intentions. And yet, there is a paradoxical sense of intimacy in learning to listen to my gut. The gurgles, the pressure, and the gas are not merely inconvenient. They are communication. They tell me which foods provoke the most fermentation, which combinations of fiber my microbiome loves to exploit, and when my digestive system is truly under stress. I began to recognize patterns, to anticipate events, and to understand that my body is not failing me. It is operating according to a hidden logic that I had never appreciated. In a strange sense, I began to respect my inner methane maker for its efficiency, evolutionary sophistication, and ruthless optimization of resources, even as it continued to sabotage social situations, comfort, and diet goals. Learning to love my inner methane maker does not mean romanticizing discomfort or humiliation. It means understanding that my gut is a powerful, autonomous participant in metabolism and digestion. Its actions carry physical, social, and psychological consequences: bloating, gas, constipation, metabolic slowdown, calorie retention, and shame. Every meal is both a risk and an opportunity, every fiber-rich choice both a gift and a potential weapon. Awareness, strategic dietary planning, and humor become essential tools for coexistence. Accepting the reality of microbial autonomy is the first step toward mitigating its more extreme consequences, even if complete control is impossible. Ultimately, my journey is one of reluctant acceptance, tempered by warning. Methane production and microbial efficiency are not benign curiosities. They can sabotage weight goals, diet plans, and social confidence. They slow digestion, increase gas, and extract calories in ways the host cannot fully control. The body is not fully ours to command. It is a partnership, whether we like it or not, and sometimes the partners have hidden agendas. Listening to my gut means recognizing that every gurgle, every bloating episode, and every sudden release is information, a warning, and a statement of internal power. So yes, I have learned to love my inner methane maker, or at least respect it. It is brilliant, relentless, and sometimes cruel, doubling energy from every bite I take, producing gas without warning, and reminding me constantly that I am not the boss here. Physical, social, and metabolic consequences are unavoidable, and the warning is clear. Underestimate your gut at your peril. Efficiency is not always convenient, and optimization does not come with etiquette. My microbes do not compromise, negotiate, or care about dignity, but they are exquisitely good at their job. And in the end, acknowledging their power, listening to their signals, and preparing for the fallout is the only self-help advice that truly works.